So I made a beat, bro.
Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah.
No issues? Alright,
No,
well, you know me, but just for anybody else that may be in here, I'm Raven Nicole from Ascendance. I'm just here, just chilling with y'all, listening to the interview. I'll add in if need be, but Karma is taking the lead. So, get it.
All right.
What's up, y'all? My name is Karma, and I'm the newest member of Ascendance, and I'm so excited to be a part of a team with a vision to create a community in which indie artists can meet and collaborate with people like them. And today we're here with, correct me if I'm wrong, is it Jay Sterling?
Yes.
Awesome. How are you doing today, Jay?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Busy as always.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, right?
Yeah, it is, absolutely. So we're super excited to be meeting with you today. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, your artist name, where you rep in, and the genre that you create?
Well, first of all, my name, like I said, Jay Sterling. I'm from Big Spring, Texas, in the middle of nowhere. And I am an R&B artist. And that's about as far as I go. I like to experiment here and there with other elements, but primarily R&B.
I love it. So let's talk about your artist name. Is that your legal name, or is that just a stage name?
It's just a stage name.
Just a stage name, and how'd you come up with that?
I have a friend who passed away when I was younger, and his name was actually the reverse, so his name was Sterling J, and I just flipped it around and changed the lettering a little bit.
That's awesome. I'm sorry about your friend, but that's a cool way to pay tribute. That's dope.
Thank you.
What's your actual name?
My name is Jace. So,
Jace, okay.
Yeah. Everybody messed it up, so I was like, I'm going to stick with something, that people can't mess up, so just Jay.
That makes it simple, right? So let's talk about marketing. What can you tell others that has worked for you, and what can you tell hasn't worked for you? Because I know it's different for everybody. We all learn and go as, But let's talk about what's worked for you and what hasn't.
I guess, oh man.
Another tough one.
Yeah, definitely because I've talked to Raven about this a little bit. I've definitely taken more of the artist side of things recently in the past year. So I think definitely like marketing wise, I've definitely tried to go out and make a couple of promotional videos. They can be short and simple to the point, just as long as people, are seeing them, and especially getting out there a little bit more instead of just like, hey, go check this out. And I was like, I don't think that really works for some artists. I think it's just like, hey, check this out. I definitely want to go mainstream with it. So definitely putting the time and the work into doing promotional videos, getting some interviews here and there, and definitely going out to the community, and especially at some of these open mics, and getting support from them too to definitely push yourself out there a little bit more.
Okay. And are you doing any like ad work, or is it just simply word of mouth? And
for right now, and due to legal purposes, I'm definitely have to stick to the word of mouth for right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Totally
When you do open mics, how does that normally look for you? And have you been able to do any recently?
I did one, I think about a week ago, and I wasn't able to get any video, unfortunately, but I'm definitely going to try this next time. The crowd is okay. They didn't really some people responded to my music, I guess, well, but the majority of people are not really into the slow type of music that I normally create. So they were more prone to supporting and the rappers when they got up there to do their things. So it was a little slow, but we'll get up there.
Yeah. So how are you working around that though?
Good. I was gonna ask.
I guess just I guess like simply just playing a little bit more upbeat music, I guess is what I could say.
See, I've found myself in that situation too, but it's for other reasons. One, being a female, and then two, being a queer female up on stage. The shows that I've done have been, mostly male rap, and so I'm always the opener. I'm always the first one up on stage, and I always find myself just telling myself, who cares if they vibe or not, just do you. And so I just kind of go out and do my thing and make a fool of myself, and
normally
it's a sold out stadium.
Normally the singers do pretty good. Primarily where I'm from, they love country and rap. That's like their go-to. So all the other singers were doing a little bit better, but I wasn't really too worried about it. I was like, they'll catch on eventually to what I'm doing and what I'm
Remind me again where you're from?
I'm from Big Spring, Texas.
Oh, okay. We're all in Texas then?
Yeah, we're all in Texas. And the crazy story about that is I actually used to live in Abilene, which is not that far from Big Spring. But we didn't meet until after that. I was like, man, we could have been making music and everything. But, you know, I'll move back eventually. But anyways, back to you. So when you're on stage and you're like, nobody's rocking with me. I mean, for both of you, because I've never performed yet, but for y'all, like, what do y'all do in that situation? Like, what do you put your mindset so you're like, let me keep performing?
I guess it's like, I think the first thing for me is, okay, if they're not rocking with it or vibing to it, if I'm feeling it, I like to stay right there where I'm at and like just live in that moment for right there. Because if I look out to the crowd and see that nobody, like, I'm one of those people that will really like put themselves down if I see it. So I tune it out and I keep doing and performing the music that I'm doing because I know I'm doing good. But I just like to stay in that mindset that, okay, if they're not rocking with it, well, then I'm going to keep going because I'm feeling it. So
I kind of use my basketball mindset when I played basketball. And, you know, you always get the people who want to boo you during free throws or whatever. I've always just kept, I'm able to just block out. I think partially being deaf helps with that, you know. I can just block them all out and then I just focus on what I'm doing. And usually if I'm up on stage, I'll find the people who are vibing and I'll right at them. I'm with you.
Yeah.
And feed off of them. And by the end of my sets, the last 5 shows I've done, I've had people come up to me that you wouldn't think would come up to me and tell me that they like my music. And it's like the biggest shock. And it's just because you're being you. So I think when you're just yourself and you're just enjoying yourself and it comes through as genuine, people just vibe with it.
For sure.
When are you going to perform, Raven?
As soon as I figure out how, you know, like, well, mostly, you know, this ain't about me, but you know, mostly I'm just working on like just getting in shape. So like I'm not on stage rapping and then I'm like running out of breath because I'm not to that point where the crowd can just sing my songs and that's just like, you know, people that really know my songs. But you know, I'm not to that point yet. So I'm really just working on just getting in shape so I can do it, you know. And then actually figuring out how to do it. That's why I bring my mom with
me to every show. She got the words for me.
All right, I'm gonna think about that.
There you go. See,
you can sing to me.
Yeah, I did that the first time I hopped up. I was like, oh man, I started running out of breath, but I had my live stems playing on my laptop. I was like, okay, I got it on the backup.
Yeah, my first show, I took my special needs sister up on stage with me. So when I ran out of breath, I just like, she's dancing.
Yeah. I've been thinking lately just to like slow down in my songs. So like when I do perform, I don't have to like do all this fast rap and all these hard like cadences. Just do some slow, like, so I've been like tweaking my songs a little bit, my newer ones, so that it'll be easier to perform when that time does come. So
I mean, that's how you do the show track too. So like, like my drip, for instance, on each verse, I have 2 lines that I left in there specifically so I can breathe and then go right back into it.
Yeah.
Or, like if there's a curse word, because you don't like cursing, but I do it in music sometimes, I'll leave those curse words on it. I ain't gonna say it, so I'm like, get on my mom and I'm like, why you say it?
Yeah, I feel you.
That's
so I can shake my butt or pretend to. But
yeah, that's something that you definitely got me beat out on. I did not try to get in shape whatsoever because I was like, I'm only doing like 1 to 2 songs, man. That second song hit, I was like, they were like, all right, you gotta do the second song. I was like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think a lot of people underestimate like that. Like you gotta be in shape to get up there and perform. Like,
well, because
even just standing here rapping.
Even when you're rehearsing, like you think you're going hard until you get up on the stage and that adrenaline hits and you're just like, and then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. I literally, the only time I've really been up on stage was like, so we have this thing called Sing Song in my college, and we did like Get Your Head in the Game, but we added like a rap to it, and I did the rap, and I was so nervous. Like it was like a whole like stadium of people, not like a whole like auditorium of people, you know, and I was nervous. The lights was on me. I said the first line twice. I don't think anybody noticed, but I did. And I was like, okay. And then I was out of breath because we had been dancing. And so it was tough. And I thought I was going to throw up after I got done. And then I couldn't figure out who to hand the microphone to. It was really bad. So I just know that next time it's going to be better. I just know it. I know it for sure.
It will,
Anyways.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that story.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you said, legally you're just working on word of mouth. So does that mean you're not releasing any new stuff on Spotify?
Yes, that's exactly what that means.
SoundCloud only?
Yeah. I'm trying to get, I think, a couple lyric videos done for the next couple singles that I'm going to be releasing, so that I'll have both YouTube and SoundCloud, and utilizing both to at least help me get a little bit more. But yeah, due to that legal situation, unfortunately, I will not be able to release anything until about around April of next year.
Ooh.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's rough. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna get through it.
Yeah, you are. Keep that mindset up. So do you produce and engineer as well, or are you just an artist?
No, I do produce and engineer as well.
Okay.
Slowly hopping over to that engineering side of things as of here, like recently, but I'm really liking it so far.
That's awesome. So do you have somebody mentoring you, or are you just learning it through YouTube's tutorials or
I think the person that's actually like taught me a little bit, and we've been going off of each other through our certain mixes, is my friend Schubert, who is another rapper and kind of like recorded people at first, and was making singles here and there, but he taught me a little bit about engineering, and then I kind of just taught myself from there.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. Because Raven, do you engineer as well and produce a little bit?
Yeah, I try to do a little bit of everything, and I think that's one of my biggest downfalls, is because I try to do a little bit of everything, like literally from like lyric videos to music videos to mixing to producing to writing. I try to do it all, and I think that's too much, but definitely mixing, because the way it's always been is I would, like, my brother would mix my songs, and then he would just take forever to get it back. So I was like, you know what? Let me mix my own songs, and they'll get better, and I'll get better with my mixing over time. And I have been getting a lot better, and I'm just going to keep getting better. And I think that's, with anything you do, you just got to keep getting better, keep working at it.
In all honesty, I think my favorite mix of yours so far is Mulan.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's definitely my most recent mix, so.
Yeah, I really did.
Hey, appreciate that.
Anytime.
But this ain't about me. I'm going back on mute.
Okay.
I was wondering why you weren't, like, I could see you doing this, and I was like, I'm the deaf one. What's going on here?
She's like, why isn't she talking? Mixing has definitely been a big thing. At first, man, it sucked going into it, because I was like, I didn't know how to correct my levels, going into the equalizer, and I was like, oh man, it sucks. But it got better, especially with the latest projects that I've been doing. It's gotten like a lot better. So
you're speaking a foreign language to me. I am literally partially deaf. Like, I cannot pass a hearing test, so I will not even try. I will not even attempt to mix anything. I will send it off to I will pay money for that. I will not. Like, I could just imagine what it would sound like. Like, probably, it just wouldn't be. It would be all bad.
Yeah, I'm going partially deaf myself. Sitting next to the damn monitors all the time, I'm just like, man. I was trying to think of something that Raven brought up. She was like, I was trying to do it all, and I was like, I kind of have to. I've kind of had to like rely on only myself to do everything, because I've yet to find like-minded people who are willing to work and give good quality and things. So I've always had to kind of rely on myself to, okay, well, nobody's gonna make a beat for me. I got to get on the ball and do it. And same thing with music videos and lyric videos. Like, I got to teach myself how to do all of that. So,
are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter. Yes.
Because I know a whole gang of people who, like, I have my little small circle that I keep. Yeah. But Twitter is an amazing place to network right now. It's so active, and it's because, the algorithm on Facebook and Instagram is dead. Yeah. TikTok is too hard to use. I don't know how they do that. I'm too old for that, you know?
No,
I'd be
you're
on there and I'm
not.
like, how the heck did you transition this? I watch Raven's videos and I'm like, is this one take? Because I'm confused.
Yeah, I sat there one day. I was like, man, forget this. I'm gonna just put it in the iMovie and start splicing and editing. I was like, I just did it that way.
Yeah, most of my editing is on my computer. I don't really do it on TikTok. It's too hard on TikTok.
Yeah,
That's
really
why I just be sitting there and I'm like, I don't even know how to save the video from TikTok without publishing it. Like, I'm like, what do I do? She's like, it's got the tag on it. I'm like, I know.
Hey, I mean, you'll get better. I'll get better at Twitter. You'll get better at TikTok. That's how we do.
Same thing with me and Twitter. I stay off of Twitter only because of
it's
random
difficult.
stuff. Random people will pop up and start saying some stuff. I'm just like, oh, man.
Yeah, they say stupid stuff just to get popular, but there's a lot of people who don't say stupid stuff on there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to those people.
Yeah, definitely follow Karma. She'll get you right.
There's a ton of people.
Say less. Say less.
Yes. So is there a message that you're wanting to push?
I guess the only thing that I really want to say, like, there's no specific message that I do with music. I guess it's more of like a goal for me as an artist, and I guess that goal is for sure. I want to make people feel good with my music. I want to get them to feel it, to either get up and dance to it, or just sit down and really enjoy it, vibe to it, do whatever it is they want to do to it. But get that to everybody. So, yeah.
That's good. That means you have a vision for your brand, and that's awesome. A lot of artists don't have that, so kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you.
So what keeps you motivated? I know you got some legal stuff going on. I know you can't really release anything until April. So what's driving that motivation right now?
The fact that I've been producing and writing a lot of good music lately, and knowing that it's going to go towards the future of what I'm trying to create and I'm trying to get to, knowing that it's going to be there, and knowing that this little hiccup in the road is not going to stop me. I guess it's just that, knowing that I have all of these projects, like they're of great quality, and I know they're going to hit with a lot of different people. So I guess that's what keeps me going.
That's awesome. So is there anybody that like inspired your music? Any celebrities that you look up to, or people in your life?
I mean, I come from a very musical family, so obviously them. And then I guess celebrity-wise, for sure, I am a big Michael Jackson fan, so I definitely try to implement a lot of his stuff in my own productions, a lot of his percussion. Justin Timberlake, I love Justin Timberlake, and I try to, I guess, I wouldn't say try to sound like, I guess try to at least widen my range in vocals and trying to push that for sure.
Yeah, I can hear that a little bit. I've listened to some of your SoundCloud, so I can definitely hear the Justin Timberlake for sure. So you said you have done open mics. Have you done any shows, or are you strictly open mics for now?
For right now, open mics, I've done one. So this is my first performance in years. Before that, I had just performed on stage as a musician, so I hadn't sang or anything like that.
So you play instruments as well?
Yes, I do. Yes.
What do you play?
I play the drums, the guitar, the bass, the piano. I play the accordion. I can play a little bit of the trumpet and the sax.
Okay, better question. What don't you play?
All of the stringed instruments, like the violin, all that. I can't play those.
Gotcha. The violin is my favorite instrument.
The violin is so beautiful.
It's so, yeah, it is.
I mean, that would have been one of the top. You got all these other instruments, drums, guitar.
I tried.
Everybody does that. Come on.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you, man.
No.
You got Lizzo and her flute.
I tried the violin.
I'm like, damn, yeah.
I tried the violin for a second when I was younger, and I was like, man, this is not working out. But I'm trying to hit my goal of 20 instruments. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try for all of them, hopefully.
That's dope.
Do it. You're a one-man band. For real. I mean, being a producer, you are anyways. But yeah. I mean, let me go back on mute.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for all of them. Cause why not? You got one life to live. I'm trying to hit goals in life, and I might as well hit all of mine musically.
That's dope, though. I can't play instruments. It don't work. I tried the guitar, but my hands are very small, so it just didn't work. And then
I tried the
piano,
guitar.
I can't. I'm not patient.
My problem is my hands are too big for the fretboard, so I was like, man.
You must have some big ass hands.
Somewhat.
They
kind of stretch over it, so they stretch over the fretboard. I was like, man, I need a longer, bigger fretboard.
Like I got a little head and little hands. It just don't work. So
I couldn't even figure out how to tune it.
Yeah, that wouldn't work either.
I was like, Raven, they sell tuners for it.
No, let me tell you. I picked up piano. That was just like I could do it like by ear. Some songs I can't play by ear, but some songs like I could just play. But guitar, no way, Jose.
No.
That's actually really funny that you say that. All of my instruments are by ear. I don't play a single one. Like I think I had one guitar teacher, and it did not work out. So I was like, I'm gonna go on my own, and I started playing a lot of lead guitar for some people. So I just been teaching myself mostly.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I try to stay away from YouTube tutorials because I don't very much like learning how to play like anybody else. I like to stick to the way that I play. So that's why I just stick to self-taught.
That's still cool. Ain't no self-taught, nothing for me. So, have you done any collabs with anybody?
I've done a few. I've done a couple with Chilbert. He's like my main collaborator. I'm doing a couple with Raven. They're coming up pretty soon. So, I have one with another Houston friend of mine, August Keys. And I'm trying to get another Houston female artist that's up and coming. She's doing really well, and I'm trying to get her on one right now.
Okay. So do you prefer doing solo projects, or do you like collabs better? Or is it kind of equal?
I definitely prefer collabs. I love to have people on to see what people can do, because I'm going to do it one way that I know how to do it, but I want to definitely see what other people can bring to the track to see if they can make it special, because I think that's really important for me, making a track that everybody will remember and that I guess hits with everybody, So
I get it. I feel it. I think collabs get a bad rep because people say then you can't stand on your own 2 feet, but I disagree.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome because it challenges you and the other person, especially if it's not your style. And then 2, it reaches way more people because you're going to reach their fan base on top of yours. I think it's smart.
Yeah, I had a talk about this. I had a meeting with my label, I think last year it was, and they were like, "You have too many collaborations on this album. It's not going to perform well. You gotta cut it down, or put some new tracks on there." I was like, "Why?" They were like, "Because you got to stand on your own and to show people that you can do it on your own." I was like, I can do it on my own, and I think that's what this last project that I did. I didn't have a single collaboration, I think, except for like one track, and it performed really well. So I'm waiting to see if this next collaboration album that I'm trying to do next year is gonna. I want it to hit even harder. So
yeah, we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. So you said you're signed to a label, and I'm assuming the legal has to do with that. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not going to ask that question. If anybody asked you for advice, an indie artist specifically, what would you give them? Like, what would be your best advice?
Stick to yourself, man.
Stick to yourself.
Stick to yourself. No, that's really bad advice. I guess primarily, there's so many things that you could say.
Now, what would you say though?
Yeah, what would you say?
So I'm thinking. I was like, I got too many options to choose from here. I guess the best one that I can think of from me is definitely stick to who you are and never change up for anybody big that tells you what you need to be doing, because they're not in your shoes and they're not doing what you're trying to do, or they haven't even gone there. So stick to you always and don't lose yourself. Always be you.
I like that.
I like that too.
Good
That
advice.
was a good one. That was a good one. so I got a question.
Oh God.
So what would you say is your least favorite part about being a musician, an artist, producer, etc. And what is your favorite part of all that?
Oh man. I guess for right now, the artist definitely having to put in so much work right now. Definitely, that's just the thing for me because I'm a very lazy person. So I have to get on myself and be like, okay, bro, you got to do this. You got to stick to it because if you don't do it, you're not gonna go anywhere. That's for me as an artist. As a producer, getting the motivation to complete the track for sure. Because I will start a project and I will not finish it. So I guess it's like what would you say? I guess like the creativity just kind of like dulls down for a second and I can't think anymore. So I'll step away, I'll come back to it and then probably finish it out. So uh, I guess it's like those little like dull moments that hit when I'm trying to produce a track.
Okay, so what's your favorite part?
I guess everything that I'm putting together when it all flows, when it needs to flow and it goes together, whenever everything's hitting like on par, nothing sounds like it's overbearing or it's doing too much. It's all like flowing together the way that it should be.
Okay, I feel that. So you said you're lazy, and I feel that. So as an artist, how do you motivate yourself when you're feeling lazy?
Primarily what I said there at the end, like, look, you ain't gonna go anywhere if you don't do anything about it. So
you do like a lot of self-talk.
Yeah, I do. I talk to myself all the time.
Hey, all smart people do. All smart people do.
Yeah.
So even when you're not feeling it, like you're like, I don't want to do anything.
For these past like 2 weeks, yeah, I have felt like that. I was like, I haven't been able to produce anything right now, which I love doing. I love coming to the keyboard here, and I love just playing around with something and putting it in. And then it's just like, I'm going to step away because it's just not working. Or I'll sit there and be like, man, I don't feel like doing this right now. But that's literally the only thing I tell myself. Like, if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. Nothing's magically going to happen for you.
That's
so
facts.
You have to get up and do it.
Mm-hmm. So would you say you're led more by inspiration than by just doing it?
Yeah, I guess in a way.
Okay. I see that. See, sometimes I'm that way, but lately I'm like, I can't wait to get inspired because who says I'm going to be inspired? So yeah. I may wait like 2 weeks to sit down and write when other people are writing multiple times every day.
Yeah, for sure. If I can't do one thing, I'll go ahead and swap over to the next thing. Like if I'm not producing, I'll be like, okay, I'll leave that to the next day. Let's go ahead and start writing this new track, or let's write this new song. If I can't do that, I'll hop over to the production side of things, or maybe I'll just mix a random song because I feel like it, or at least do something productive. I don't like to just sit here and do nothing with any of my music. It bugs me even more than just not doing anything.
I feel that I'm the same way. I mean, obviously I don't mix and produce, but yeah, I am constantly songwriting and recording and sending stuff off. So.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those three things. I'm either doing one or the other. I'm never not doing anything. So I don't like to do that. Makes me feel like I'm not. Makes me feel like I'm not like accomplishing anything. So,
so do you keep like accomplishment tabs or journals for yourself, like in terms of say 1 year or 1 month you produce these many songs and they did this well, or this next month you produce these many songs and they sound this much better than last month. Like, do you keep track of that so you can, like, whenever you think like I'm not doing enough, you realize I am doing enough?
I guess it kind of just depends because like all of my stuff is stored onto OneDrive, so I'll go and look at it and I'll go check about how long ago I did each project. So I guess in a way it's like a little bit of both. Like I do kind of like, okay, well I did, like I thought I didn't do anything, but I did this, or I did that. This mix sounds a little bit better. So in a way, it's like a little bit of both.
Mm. Yeah, I feel that. I think that's definitely important because as artists, it's hard to keep track of how far you've actually come. So, like, you have people like months and months or years after you've been working at it, working at your craft, working on your mixing, working on your lyrics. They're like, this is trash. And so it's easy to be like, dang, like, okay, they're still not rocking with it. They don't know, but they don't know how far you've progressed, you know? And so one thing for myself is I know how far I've progressed. I know how far I've come along. So if anybody's like, I don't like it, it's like, cool, you know? It's not for you. And all that. So
that's the same thing that I do. I've definitely kept a tab on how far I've come singing and especially with mixing songs over the past several years because it started in 2015 and I didn't really start singing until 2017 and it sounded bad. I sounded like I wasn't doing it with nothing compared to how everything sounds now. I do it with a lot of technique. So I definitely kept a tab over that, how my quality has progressed through the years.
Yeah, definitely. Like that song that I mean, I'm not gonna say much about it because it's your song, the one that I'm gonna hop on. I think that one sounds good. Like I like the different effects you do for your like your back vocals. Like I'm not gonna sing any part of it, but just know it's in my head. Okay.
Wow.
Just know it's in my head right now, but I'm not gonna sing it. I'm gonna mute myself so I can sing it.
Oh, Raven, I want to hear you sing it.
I'm just kidding. It's your song. I'm not gonna do it. But if you want to sing a little bit of it, or you know, kick a freestyle. I know you may not be good at freestyles or singing.
I was like, I'm definitely not good at either of those things.
Just you know, something so we can hear you and hear some of your music. Let's hear some of it.
I mean, I don't got speakers, so I guess I have to kind of sing it right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, the new track, right?
If you want to, I mean, no pressure. I mean, you can do any of your tracks. Karma, what you think?
Whatever you want to release.
I guess we'll go with the new track. You know it's easy, living the fast life easy, knowing I will die young. But I can't stop this from taking over this feeling, knowing I will die young. Which is the hook, and that's about it, really.
That's nice, man. You have a good voice, in my opinion. I like it.
Thank you. I'm really rough right now.
I would. No, I'm just kidding.
That's terrible. Oh man. Yeah, no. I'm a little rough right now, so y'all just excuse my voice a little bit.
No, it was good. Did you like how I changed my light color to match yours?
I actually did not pay attention to that this whole time.
That's messed up. Because one time you had your hand right here, and I thought like somebody was by me with their hand, because for some reason in my head it looks like we're like in the same room, so it's really confusing me, even though we're not. But anyway,
I notice it now, but I didn't notice it at the beginning. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I changed it like it kind of in the middle because I was like, I'm sure I got a color that matches his.
Yeah, I got that red LED with the blue, so it kind of mixes that like pink purple kind of color.
Yeah, so. Karma, your light is too bright.
I know.
We can't see the color.
I'm not turning it off. Here, let's see.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
There you go. You a little dark. It looks like you in the club, but that's okay. Get you some light right in front of you, and you be Gucci. You be lit up like us. Yeah,
it's dead. I killed it. It's dead.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I fell off the desk the other day.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's
okay. Bad. Let me see. So do you have any hobbies or interests outside of music?
I think I've posted about them a couple times. I did the other day. I've been really getting into this sport called disc golf. It's become a hobby of mine. And I love to play that because I get to go out to the course and I get to really just walk. Plus, it's like my little workout here and there when I don't get to go to the gym. So I get to walk. I get to think a lot because it's a very like it's long, so you gotta walk like really far to some of these holes, and so you get to think a lot. It's very peaceful, and I think that's why I love it. So that's definitely a hobby for me that I've been doing lately. Outside of that, not so much. Like there's nothing else.
Yeah. How important is it, do you think, that an artist have a hobby that's outside of music?
I think it's really important because every artist needs a break for sure. Everybody needs a break of something, and you don't want to step away, but you kind of have to step away every once in a while. So you need something else to kind of ease your mind, take your mind off of that, and then you can come back to it with a fresh new look and finish what you were doing. So I think it's very important for them to have something else right there next to them.
Carmen, do you have any hobbies outside of music?
I work out. I play basketball. I got the chickens and the bunnies and stuff that I play with on the regular. Yeah. And nieces and nephews.
Yeah, nieces and nephews. I was just thinking about that. I've been thinking about that for a while because besides like reading, like I don't have any hobbies other than like stuff that has to do with my music. Just because, like, if I get bored writing or like rapping or singing or whatever, like, okay, let me just see how this beat go, you know? Or if I get bored with that, I'm like, okay, so let me just see how this lyric video go. And so that's kind of how, like, doing a lot of things is useful. But I've been thinking of, like, trying to find another hobby outside of music. But it's like, what? Yeah. And I was like, if I read, that'll help my music. And that'll help expand my knowledge and my vocabulary and my mindset. But what else, you know? I don't know. I don't know what else I can do.
Yeah. I do a little bit of writing.
What?
Like I'll take like these ideas and concepts that I have in my head, and I'll put them into like a little short story. So I'll write that up and do that instead. Read over it. So that's about the only other thing that I'll do besides going out and playing. So
yeah, that's what's up. I like stories.
That wasn't weird.
I'm sorry. That was weird. Look, I'm done. Okay.
She was like, okay, no more.
that was a tad strange, but that's okay.
It came with the perfect delivery too.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, it was just.
That delivery was perfect. I mean, you should consider maybe doing some comedy there, Raven. Stand up, maybe.
You know, literally, I'm not trying to be like Lil Dicky, but I'm thinking about starting to do funny raps. You know, that's just because, you know, people are always like, Raven, you're so funny, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Let me actually try to be funny. And then, you know, when I do that, it doesn't work out. But I'm going to try, you know, do a couple of like skits, like the graphic designer one, because they get on my nerves. They make me so upset. I'm like,
I think I saw that last night. I saw that like, I was up at like 2 a.m. I was like, I just come back from my cousin's house from celebrating, and I was like, let me go on TikTok. First thing that pops up, Raven. I was like, what is this? And then it was like the graphic. I was like, bro. So I had to comment. I was like, facts.
Yeah, like they do it all the time. And I was one day I was just being really petty. This dude said, so I don't know. Anyways, and then I got convicted immediately because somebody posted. He was like, don't waste your time replying to people like that are like bots or they don't really care about your music because, you know, it's not worth it. And I was like, you know what? Fine. Okay. Normally I don't reply to them, but they were getting on my nerves today. So, okay, fine. So
I felt that. Yeah. They'll be hitting me up to like, come on, bro, I can do it like nobody else. So I was like, I don't need a graphic designer. I was like, I do my own cover art. Even if I did, I'm not buying it from you. Period. Exactly. So you talented and all that, but there are other people that do what you do. I was like, I think I'll say it like 100. I'll keep it 100. Like, for sure, like I'm not against anybody trying to come up and get their bread in whatever they're trying to do, especially in what we do. But you really gotta stop sending those annoying ass messages.
You got to. My nerves. You got to. Like, oh gosh, that's not how to market. That's not how to do it. Nobody cares.
The graphic designers, the the animated video people, the Spotify promotion. I'm like,
literally, I got a whole
literally
request
get like
box
at
full.
least 10 a day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
I'm like, you didn't check out my music. You're lying. What song do you like? Really? Okay, where are you from? No, I asked you what song do you like. Like, come on.
I hit them with something.
Yesterday, she followed me and she DM'd me, and I was like, I don't know who this is. And I went to her profile, and it was normal. It didn't say anything like, like usually they put like Spotify promoter, or I work for Fiverr or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I followed her back, and then all of a sudden I had like 20 messages, and I was like, and it was like, she liked all my pictures, and then she looked at my story and like hearted everything, and I was like, hey.
Yeah, I'm like,
she was like, she like was messaging like, hey, how's your day, blah blah blah. So I was like, cool, like normal conversation. Then she's like, do you need Spotify promotion? And I was like,
I'm just like,
hey, at least you did that, you know.
That's what I said. I was like, thanks for the likes, bro, but like, no.
That's how I am. I'm just like, yep, keep liking it up. Give me all them likes. But then one of them was like, hey, I see your song did really well on Spotify, but I can make it go more. I was like, bro, I said, I'm in a really bad contract. The song, I'm not making any money off the song. Okay. So why would I try to push a song that's not gonna do anything for me? Yeah. So I was getting like 5 at a time, and I was like, man, I can't stand when they send me a DM about that.
I've had a few of the Spotify promoters, they'll like screenshot my top 5 songs, and they're like, this song is the worst. You need help there. And I'm like, I just released that. Thank you.
I think that's another thing for me. When people, I've had a couple of people like, oh, this is the worst because of the numbers. I'm just like, that's the worst because you think it is because it doesn't have high numbers. I said, but if you actually listen to the song and the quality of the song, you would understand that it's really good. And I'll hit them with something like the way that you do, Raven. I'll hit them with, what's your favorite line from the song? And they won't know what to say. I'm just like, okay. It's like, I know you ain't really listening to it.
Yeah, it's like we can catch y'all easily. Like, y'all really are not fooling anyone. So.
I don't even respond to any of them. I usually screenshot it to make fun of them, but
dang.
I just leave them. I just leave them in my request.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a pen right now, and I was looking at them before I came on this, and I was just like, why? I don't understand.
And some of them, they literally have like different promo accounts within the same person. Like,
oh my gosh, it's insane.
And they'll email you, and I'm like, how the heck did you get my email?
Yes.
I didn't put that up anywhere. Like, how do you have my
producers
email?
are bad about that too. I've been getting so many emails, and they're like, I saw your email on Instagram. I'm like, that's not what it's there for.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's not for you. I didn't give it to you for that reason.
I have producers, but thank you for sending me 500 beats to 500 people. Thank you.
Literally.
There was like this one dude emailed me. He's like, bro, I really want to be your producer. I've been hearing your tracks. I got some stuff that can be for you. And I was like, man, do you really listen to any of my music? He was like, yeah, I'm a fan. I was like, I produce all of my own records. So I'm sitting here like,
for me.
I had one guy, he emailed me, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And he was like, love your music. I've made these beats specifically to your sound. And I looked, and it said CC'd like 200 people, and I was like, wow.
Specifically, dang, we all got the same sound. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Wow.
We all sound the same.
You're so sweet. Golly.
I think that's something important for me, too. I see all them producers hitting, they make that bullshit-ass message where they say, oh, I made this specifically for you. That's why when I answered that one question on my story a couple of days ago, when they were like, why haven't I heard that you produce for all these people? I was like, because I like to keep my productions exclusive to the artists to not make them sound like anybody else. That's my goal as a producer, is to make you sound different than literally everybody else. So I'm going to try to amplify your sound, and I'm being like completely genuine about it. I'm not over here emailing you saying, oh yeah, I can do this and this, but like, I'll sit there and prove it to you. Like I'll make that exclusively for you. So
but let me ask you this, as a producer, if somebody buys an exclusive beat from you and then you sell the royalties as well with that exclusive beat, what does that beat like? How is it yours at that point?
Normally it depends on the artist for sure. Normally I wouldn't, I guess I know it's like a bad answer, but like I guess I wouldn't normally care because I've already like sold it off.
Right.
So I guess that's why I said like it depends on the artist, and I'd be
Well,
careful.
that's what I'm saying. Like, say hypothetically, somebody bought the exclusive from you, and then you also sold them the royalties.
Yeah.
But they come to you a year later and say they want to resell that beat to somebody else because they need money.
Mm-hmm.
That producer. Is that legal if you have a contract that states the rights have been transferred?
Yes, because I do have contracts with everybody that I sell to, and I make sure that. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, I have that contract with each and every artist that I sell to, and if they wanna, I guess if they wanna sell it off, they can.
No. I'm saying the producer wants. So say you sold the beat and then you want to sell it a year later. Is that something that is legal with the contract and the royalty sold?
No, I don't normally do that at all, whatsoever. I keep it strictly for that one artist.
That makes sense. Just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
That was a tough question. I was like, I wouldn't know how to answer.
I think it was my fault because I wasn't understanding.
Yeah, you thought I was saying the artist wanted to sell it, but no, I'm saying I bought a beat from somebody. I bought it exclusively, and then they needed money, so I bought the royalty payout. Mm-hmm. And they came back a year later and said they needed money and wanted to sell it to a few other people, and I was like, no, I think not. Yeah. And they got mad, and they tried to pull some legal jargon, and I was like, I got the contracts, I got messages, like, try me.
Yeah, normally when I sell it off to that one specific person, like I said, I keep it strictly between them and nobody else.
Well, I mean, I've never had it where, like, any exclusive I've ever bought, which is, like, now I'm iffy about buying them. I'm like, I'll just buy the unlimited lease and not even deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But was for that reason, like, why would you pay for an exclusive if it's not truly an exclusive? You know what I'm saying? When the contract states exclusive rights have been transferred to so-and-so, why would that even, like...
I had a guy do that to me. I think the beat was about $400 for all exclusive. And I was like, okay, I got it ready to go. I have it all done. Oh, hey, bro, I sold the beat off for $600. I was like, bro, I was literally about to cash up you the money I was about to pay for the beat. We signed the contracts. We did everything. We got it all over. He was like, nope. He goes, nope, this guy got it. I already sent him the contract. So I was like, so, all right, then. That's kind of when I got it in my head. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to myself, produce for myself, and not have to worry about that. So,
well, it's like at that point, like, you don't even want to recommend them. You don't want to work with them. So that's where I'm at. Like, I've got this dope-ass song, and I don't even want to promote it because I don't want to attach their name to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no. I think I shocked one of my other clients by surprise. He was like, man... He was like, are you really going to give me the rights to the song? I was like, I have a very cheap price only so that everybody can come back and get what they need because I'm going to give them what they need.
Right.
So he was kind of iffy at first, but when he got the first couple beats, he was really excited, and we signed the contracts. We signed everything over to him, and he was just overall shocked because I didn't go back and try to give it to anybody else. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've had only good experiences with the exception of this one person, and it's the problem is that's like messed up every view I've had of every producer, even the ones that I'm like close with, because now I'm like, I don't trust you, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And they're like, I pulled it from my beat store. I'm like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I don't know who you're emailing and sending it to.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Exactly. You know, that's something that I found out with that one guy that I said. He pulled it from the store. I was like, okay, he's going to pull it because I got it. And it was already a high price for that beat anyways. And then he sold it off for $600. So he got $200 extra, and that's who he sold it off to. And I was like, man.
Well, that was like, this guy, he was like, you know, why do you think I sold it to you for so cheap? Because I needed the money and I knew I could come back and resell it to somebody else. And I was like, no, that's not what the contract says, boo-boo. But go ahead, the copyrights, I wish you would.
Yeah.
So he was, I don't know if he resold it. I don't really care at this point. I stopped pushing the song, so.
Yeah.
And it's one of my top performing songs, and I'm like, that's really crappy, but whatever.
Yeah. That's terrible. That there's just people are just like that, or they're trying to like just make. I think that's also something that I really dislike about the industry nowadays is everybody's trying to do it for the sake of just making money. It's all about money, which I'm fine. I'm fine with making money. I think any person in their right mind is fine with making money. But this is a passion. This is my craft. This is literally my whole life. This is what I love to do. This is what's kept me going for literally my entire life.
Exactly.
So the fact that you're trying to turn around and do this to other people just so that you can make money, that's disgraceful, and you shouldn't even be a part of this industry like that.
Yeah.
So.
I'll say it every time. People in this industry are selfish. That's why when I meet genuine people that are not like, what can I get from you? What do you offer me? But instead they're like, hey, we can help each other out. Yeah, we can build like that Tierra Whack song, Link. Y'all know that song?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, like that. Like, how can we link and like build off of each other and grow higher instead of like, how can I take from you and see you don't have anything else and then leave you?
Yeah.
Especially for women, like I have guys, they come up to me all, like I told Raven the other day, like these guys will hit me in my inbox all day long talking about how much my music sucks, and then at the end of the conversation be like, so when are you gonna hop on one of my songs?